You can feel productive in live service games while your brain is actually switching attention under dopamine retention, stacking wins that keep you coming back for the next little hit. If your schedule says you're grinding with purpose, but your focus keeps slipping, the real question is what that loop is training you to value instead of what you think you're building. You feel productive in live service games because attention keeps hopping, and dopamine retention makes each hop feel earned. Your brain treats frequent topic changes like momentum, even when the next goal is engineered to be easy to start and hard to stop. Gloria Mark's research on attention switches captured this vibe in the real world. People shift tasks every few minutes, and those switches create a sense of ongoing work. Working memory is like a whiteboard with limited space, and task switching forces frequent rewrites on that board, so your mind keeps updating why I'm doing something. Notice how the same pattern that structures office life can be turned into a game loop, where a busy stands in for a finished. In a live service game, the loop is built from tiny, trackable moments that keep your mind engaged. Battle Pass. An XP meter ticks, a loot drop flashes, and your focus is already halfway to the next thing before you feel the cost. The result is a clean feeling of progress that depends less on completion and more on constancy. After an attention switch, you often do not fully restore your original plan, but you still feel as if you are moving forward. That mismatch is perfect for live service design because it lets the game reuse your momentum instead of asking for deep commitment. Gloria Mark described how people resume work with casual context, which is why the brain compensates by grabbing the next available cue. You can see this in a kitchen when you switch from chopping onions to answering a message, then reach for a knife again without remembering your exact goal. Track how that gap is exactly where games drop a new objective, so your brain fills the missing plan with the game's prompt. Live service games amplify that partial resume effect with constant reason to continue. The objective list refreshes, challenges roll over, and timers punish idling, so your next switch feels like recovery rather than drift. What matters is not whether you completed the larger mission, but whether your attention can keep snapping to the next bright target. Dopamine retention is not just about pleasure. It is about updating predictions in real time. When outcomes are slightly surprising, dopamine signals a wrong model, and your brain learns faster, which is why the loop keeps pulling you back. Wolfram Schultz and colleagues recorded dopamine activity in monkeys and found dopamine spikes shift as the organism learns what predicts reward. Dopamine responds to better than expected outcomes and fades for expected ones. So the brain craves the next teachable. Consider how a loot roll that lands near your goal still teaches your brain something, even if the reward is mediocre. Live service systems engineer those small prediction errors on a new daily quest is a fresh cue. A chest that might contain a rare drop is uncertainty you can cash in repeatedly. And the battle pass rewards are structured surprises you can anticipate just enough to feel relief. Attention hopping supplies the busy feeling, and dopamine learning supplies the keep going pull. Feeling productive also comes from how you interpret what you might lose if you stop. Live service games make stopping feel like paying a cost, while playing feels like preventing that cost. Richard Thaler's work on loss aversion and Daniel Kahneman's framing research helped show that losing $10 hurts more than gaining $10 feels good. Imagine your phone's battery hitting 3%. Then you keep one app open just to avoid that drop to 2%, even though the practical difference. Notice how the mind treats that avoided drop as progress, even when you are not really changing your long-term situation. Live service retention tools mirror that logic with time-limited value. Battle Pass. Tiers expire unless you convert playtime into progress now. Daily rewards reset whether you return or not, and streaks turn tomorrow into a bill you already owe. The result is a sense of productive and damage control, not a sense of finish. A loop feels productive when it rewards effort unpredictably, because your brain keeps running a search pattern. Key is not constant wins. It is the schedule that makes you keep trying to find the next win. B.F. Skinner's work on operant conditioning found that variable reinforcement schedules create high persistent response. Slot machines are the classic example, where the next pull has no fixed payoff, but your behavior stays steady because the brain expects occasional confirmation. Track how maybe this chest has at moment in a game borrows the same logic, turning uncertainty into repeated action. In live service titles, rolling gacha pulls and random stat upgrades all imitate that variable but hopeful rhythm. Each attempt hands you a quick data point. You learned something, even if you did not get the exact item you want. Your attention switches into checking mode, and the switch itself feels like productive agency. Battle passes turn into a visible ledger, which makes attention hopping look like progress you can measure. Instead of finishing a quest line, you keep collecting tier value, and your mind treats that stream as a completed out. Fortnite's Battle Pass model, launched with seasonal systems after its 2018 era push, paired clear daily tasks with tier progression. You can think of it like a punch card that updates in your face every time you log in, where even small sessions add up. Consider how that visible meter turns your stop time decision into a math problem, not a reflection on whether you want to. As the bar fills, you do not need a perfect session to feel productive because the system credits. That is why the loop can keep switching your attention across matches, menus, and side tasks without making you feel lost. Your brain learns to equate increments with achievement. When live service games put hard caps on energy and reset rewards daily, they convert time into a resource you must spend. That turns attention into a clock you monitor constantly. Genshin Impact uses capped stamina like resin and daily commissions that reset, which creates a predictable rhythm of check-in and spend. If you have ever watched a meal delivery slot expire at midnight, you know the pressure you act because waiting costs something specific. Notice how the reset schedule nudges your attention back into the game before you can disengage. Because resin gates rewards, every check-in has a now or wasted flavor, which makes the next objective feel urgent. Genshin Impact turns everyday repetition into a measured productivity feeling by packaging daily work into a tiny trackable unit. Its daily commissions ask players to complete 4 tasks each day for Adventure ASP. That daily cadence creates a habit window where each login feels like maintenance of progress rather than chasing. Consider how the number 4 makes your mind treat daily players' completion math not. You log in, you clear the tasks, and the UI awards you a stack of X that acts like proof. Over time, the story becomes my schedule, so my account is getting stronger. The productivity feeling comes from that schedule holding steady.